We should open the door then. Didn't think about that. She was about to be freaking out, like, what's my hentai Onicha doing here? This freaking perv man. He sees himself in his sister, right? Like, she saw here, like, in Hikikomori styling it. So he's got a PTSD here. So it might be a kind of sad scene. So it's a huge issue, especially in Japan, I think. Yeah, this is emotional drama, man. Like, he keeps thinking back to his own previous self, right? No one cared about him, he had no friends. He had that one guy that he was fighting with, you know. Yeah, he had that one person here. Yeah, and he's like, you have version you, and one friend trying to pull him out of it, right? We're gonna have the Onishan mode, man. He won't push that again! Oh god, this is gonna sad. My god, it's sad now, man. But he's like, he sees himself so much in her too, right? He's like, himself too much in Norn here. Yeah, I'm gonna be all sad, man. It's like, time to be an Onishan, yeah. So, hello everyone, time for the Mushoku episode. This episode about poor Norn becoming a Hikikomori, right? Because for that reason, I'm spending a lot of time in the review discussing that mental issue, right? From a behavior science standpoint, because, you know, I work with this stuff. So I will try to explain to you guys the behavior is why, depression, some reason why you might remember bad stuff and so on, right? So I hope you guys, we just check out the latter part after the episode. We discuss how this mentality works, and hopefully I can help some people out there with maybe similar issues to Norn, right? But anyway, it was an episode, and again, the review is mostly about the Hikikomori as a mental disorder, right? And me, as I try to explain why and how to perhaps fix it. Here we go, another Mushoku episode with the sisters, of course. Yeah, of course. Imoto-sans. There we go. Imoto-sans. There's no sound. he's angry. See that the furries? The furries were so good last episode. They were like, we did it for you, master. Yeah. Yeah, they were like, he's angry. Yeah, they were like, we did it for you, master. Oh yeah, some flashback to his fat and so on. His previous life. No, but he's sad about his sister, right? The episode be about Norn. I was like avoiding it. I was like that. I was like, ah, he's Rudy. He's yeah. They're like, sorry, boss is angry again. Yeah, they're like, excuse me, boss. He's pissed off mode. He's a big Onishan mode. Yeah, he's like Onishan mode now. He's talking to his sister. He's all like, yes, okay. Maemoto. Okay, he enters the classroom. He's gonna embarrass her more now. He's gonna enter here and embarrass her. It's a big brother's duty. He's all like, Onishan is here. Looking super serious. He's gonna embarrass her. He's gonna get this opening, but he opposite's gonna embarrass her. Like, I got this, yeah, I'm coming, Onishan. Onishan is here. And it's gonna be like, oh no, what you doing, Onishan? Stop embarrassing me, Onishan. Or maybe my sound is so low. My sound is messing up for some reason. Yeah, I don't get why. Just about volume it. There we go. Onishan's going to be embarrassed, right? So he walks into the classroom and it's like, I'm here. It's like, yeah, what are you doing here, Rudy? It's like, yeah, I got this. This is so embarrassing. No, oh god, it's the worst ever. It's like, I will give you a speech. Yeah, it's like, no. Where's my sister? You're mean to my little sister. They're like, I haven't even talked to her. Yeah, multiple probably like, I never even talked to her. Yeah, like, I don't know who she is. Yeah, I was like, what are you doing? He's like, you have to befriend my sister! My god, it's so embarrassing, my god. Cat could over there. You gotta befriend my sister! Oh, you that, yeah, you that. My god, he's like, you have to become friends with my sister! I was like, my god, this is so embarrassing. Like, Big Brother walks into the classroom and is like, you have to be friends with my little immortal! I was like, what? Kick your ass! Like, what is this thing? He's like, yeah, Onishan is angry. God, it's so embarrassing. He's gonna be so bullied now. It's like, what do you want? I just... May I speak? Yeah, it's like, what? What do you want? It's like... No, she's like... mean to her? No, she's just like... That's what triggered him? I don't know, doesn't you want to be like his brother? Maybe it's back to the whole sister thing. No, that'd be more... It's a bit weird. This is so weird. Fighting with teacher and everything. It's like, it's you! You whore. It's like, what? I like he doesn't talk to her first, I don't know. His classic big Onishan doesn't talk to her either. He goes and screams at the teacher before he talks to her. Yeah, classic bad parenting. It's like, maybe talk to her before you embarrass her in front of everyone. It's like, no. That would be terrible. Come on. Yeah, now it's like, yeah, it's my fault. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. It's like, oh no. Oh, Rudy. And also I'm sulking here now, but I mean, yeah, like it's so classic Rudy, right? He's just the worst of this thing. This is the but I like how he really is like the classic, like, no, I'm just gonna go in there and like, scream at them. Yeah. There's no way that I would... No, but I just love it. It's like, there's no way I'm gonna talk to her or like communicate with her first. No. I'm here to scream at the teacher, yeah. I'm here to embarrass you. Yeah. Immortal son. It's the true sisters before that. Yeah, we also got sisters, yeah. That's true. They were in the last season, that's true. But like this supporting him, they're like, that's good, Bossu. You're a great brother, Bossu. Yeah, insult everyone, Bossu. Oh yes, turning into Hikikomori, that's true. That's true. She's turning into Norn Hikikomori. That's why... Oh no, she's pissing him off here. They were like her. Yeah, an idiot like her. Like, yeah, but now, that's it now. He sees himself in her. Yeah, he's gonna be like, she's Isekai. She's... Before I got Isekai. Exactly, he sees himself in her, of course. Maybe she's far too similar to her brother. Yeah. Yes. Turn into Hikikomori. Well, is he finally gonna confront her? I think so. No, he's finally gonna talk to her. Instead of running in and screaming at her teachers and so on. Yeah. But instead of like, damn you teachers! Yeah, instead of like insulting everyone and threatening them. It's like, I will kick everyone's ass in here. Yeah. Rude is like, I will kick everyone's ass. Everyone. Yeah, it's like, all of you. But Aisha is probably the one that otherwise would be the easiest one to help her, right? You know, the actual twin sister, so to speak. No, they are actually twins, I know, but you know, basically twins, yeah. They're basically twin sisters. Come on. Okay. Arya has some speech. That might be important later. Okay, so now you're gonna sneak into the dorm, I guess. Yeah, sneak into the girls' dorm. That's good, Rudy. Get some alibi. Yeah, that's good. I had to go into the girls' dormitory because of my sister. No, but I guess correctly. Arya, of course, is distracting them with her. Yeah, it's distracting the ladies so they can sneak into the girls' dormitory. Yeah. Could ask the furries about it. They were in the last episode. The furries, they have the skills there. Yeah, they have been there before. But I guess if it takes... Well, I guess she also blames herself a bit. Yeah, I guess Sylphiette also is like, oh, it's my fault. I'm a bad Onishan. I mean... Okay, so now I was gonna talk to her. I'm sure this can't go wrong now. Welcome, master! Yeah, I'm sure this can't go wrong now. Rudy sneaking into the girls' dormitory. Yeah, he has a reason to do it, but... Yeah, this can't go wrong. Yeah, this can never go wrong. But yeah, mission impossible, yeah. Like mission pencil stealing. Rudy's like, oh wait, this is gonna be misinterpreted, right? Yeah, God. Yeah, he's like, yeah. Gotta sneak here. Yes. Like that's like, yes. Keep the super serious plan. Like, yeah. I mean, we saw that how the first stealing of the pantsuit, right? So they're experts at infiltrating the girls' dormitory. Yeah. We should open the door then. Didn't think about that. She was about me freaking out. Like, what's my hentai Onichan doing here? This freaking perv man. Wait, a man voice? What? Might be her manic though. Doesn't make any sense. Maybe she's hearing something in his brain. That's probably her manic. Oh, it says himself, yeah, because he sees himself in his sister, right? Like she saw here, like in Hikikomori styling it. So he's got a PTSD here. So it might be a kind of sad scene soon here, I think, with his sister here now, and it's gonna feel, she's gonna look like himself, right? You know, it's gonna be all, you know. Which is a huge issue, especially in Japan. I think Hikikomori is a very common issue in Japan, of course. And this is sad now. She's hiding behind like the drapes here. This was all last episode. You can see here like her shade in there. This is emotional drama. Like he keeps thinking back to his own previous self, right? No one cared about him. He had no friends. He had that one guy that he was fighting with, you know. Yeah, he had that one person here. Yeah, and he's like, you have version you, and one friend trying to pull him out of it, right? Exactly. Just keep running away from it, you never... Yeah, let's just take a food together. Yeah, let's go and take food together. Man, this is sad now, man. It's like... He remembered his one friend, right, that he... Well, I don't know if Norn is the same feelings though. What she would be Hikikomori though. But still. He obviously knows Hikikomori style, man. This is sad now, man. Yeah, gonna get Rudy. Gonna get in here. Yeah, it's like I am turning into my old friend, right? I am him now. So it's coming after you fought him, right? Oh. That's a good point. Can't go back now, Rudy. Yeah, Hikikomori. Okay, let's see now. He's finally gonna pull the drapes. That's a... What? I wonder if he ever sees Annika again. I guess that guy is still alive on Earth, right? So, yeah, probably not. We probably will never see Annika again. But here we see little Norn. But yeah, I don't know why. She's afraid of... that's why though. She's like, I'm afraid of my Onishan. Yeah, oh, wonder why. Yeah, wonder why. He beat up daddy. Yeah, he was mean to dad. Yeah, dad. And she likes dad, right? Yeah. She's like, I am afraid of my Onishan. Exactly, he was a douchebag. He beat up dad. He kept stealing my my mom's pantsuit, whatever, or my stepmom's pantsuit, whatever. Yeah, my sister's pantsuit. He was drunk with a woman. Yeah, I guess he was drunk with Sylphiette. I was he was drunk though. But it's, yeah, dad's out like, Mom, this guy is doing some elf slut. Yeah. Instead what she hates him so much for. He's like, yeah, exactly. I agree with Norn, man. She's right, man. Dad's up trying to save mom, man, and he's just like smashing Sylphiette then. Yeah, terrible son, man. But honestly, he should probably be trying to help save his mom, you know. But which I guess the openings shows he will do later, trying to save mom, right? But yeah, he's a little bit of a bad son of trying to save his mom, honestly, definitely. Yeah, Dasu was like, no, you gotta protect your family, right? Yeah. She's not because effort because it costs a lot of money. I'm still like, you should dad mode her and be like, no, we can't afford that. Oh yeah, he's kicking me out. Of course, she's like, he doesn't like me. So I'm gonna be afraid of her because he's brother's famous. Are you perhaps Rudy's they're gonna hate her because of. Or they like her because. No, they like her, yeah. Your brother's the best! Well, she hates it. Oh, she hates it. Your brother is so badass! It's like, no! Tensei! That's the problem. They're all like, Tensei! Oh no, she hates it because, she hates her brother and everyone loves him. Everyone is so impressed by her. My name is just Norn, okay? Poor Norn. You senpai sister! Oh my god, this is terrible. The poor girl. I'm Norn Greyrat. He's so amazing. Oh my god, no. Everyone idolizes Rudy and she hates it. Because, yeah, of course she hates. And the teacher is like, oh, I'm sure you're a genius deep down. You're a tense like your brother. I'm sure you're a genius. You don't have to try and so on, yeah. And everyone's like too nice to her that she's like failing at something. Oh my god, everyone is like, how about your brother? Yeah, it's like, is he gonna smash him? Oh god, this is so awkward, man. This is so awkward. Everyone is trying to get with Rudy, man, through Norn. Oh god. This is what happens when you have a famous brother, man. I don't hate my brother! Oh my god! She's like, ah! Those freaks! Oh my god, should have laughed at it, but a stupid fur is being like, yeah! The fur is stealing Pansu there. Oh my god, the fur is seeing them stealing Pansu for the boss. Yes, she's like, he's sending out his perverted furry army to steal panties. How can anyone like him? Oh god, stupid furries, man. Oh god, yeah, she got like an ulcer stomach ache. Yeah, she got like an ulcer. I can never pronounce the word. But yeah, clearly got a stomach. I know people say she's pregnant now. Some people are gonna say she's pregnant. Yeah, I know some people will. Some weird will be like, oh, she's pregnant. No, she's clearly got some. She clearly got stomach issues. But I love her issues and everyone loves him so much and she hates him so much. My god. I should have laughed at him, it's just sad. It's just stupid furries. The furry scene was just hilarious. The furry scene was just hilarious. But the furry scene was like, give me the panties. Yeah, they were like, oh god, that scene was just, oh god. I guess I'm laughing at it. Stupid furries. But anyway, yeah, Dad, of course, was like, he's not the worst. He's not that bad. Rudy is struggling too. He's trying to be nice after the fight, I guess. Yeah, that scene is probably after he punched him, so alright. Oh, Rujid, big Dayonesh, Oni-chan. Everyone's beloved Oni-chan. But he loves Rudy. Rudy's like, this is my bro. Is he gonna sell in Rudy for him? Yeah, see, he's gonna be like, no. Rudy's awesome. Rudy's gonna be like, I like you. I like your brother, though. Him and Eris, they're like my students. Yeah, come on. Wakaranai! What do you like him for? And you will Wakara someday. Yeah. But of course, Rudy was like, believe in your brother. He's a pretty cool guy after all. Yeah, of course, Rudy was like, Of course, Rudy was like, I believe. Okay, so he's finally gonna confront her now. He's gonna pull off the blankets. Gonna apologize to her. But man. Yeah, the poor girl is like in the shadow of her evil brother, yeah. But of course, like I said, he obviously has a lot of issues with this whole Hikikomori. Yeah, her mental state. Talk about a lot in the report. This feels to be a long review, guys, because I, of course, know a lot about this topic, so it's gonna be a little bit... Oh, it looks like dad now, I said. She sees daddy. Of course. It's Rudy. Oh, these are sad, man. Drinking sad music. Oh, this is a sad episode. But they have quite different reasons of why they are in this standpoint. Yeah, why they are Hikikomoris. Yeah, the Hikikomoris for different reasons, though. Oh, it's like a sad version of another Ost. Yeah, this is like the slower version of Ost, right? Now we're gonna have the Onishan mode, man. He won't push it again! No, God, this is good. Sad. But yeah, it's sad now, man. But he's like, he sees himself so much in her too, right? He's just like me, you know. Yeah, he sees himself too much in Norn here. Yeah, I'm gonna be all sad, man. It's like, time to be an Onishan, yeah. Oh, this is a good scene, man. But he hasn't done much yet for her, though. He just like confronted her Hikikomori parts. So we have to see him actually being a better brother too, right? Or help her out of it. That was just him being like, talked about. Now they're gonna hang out, hopefully, right? It's gonna be like, yay, little Moto-chan, yeah. Now they'll be like, I'm your bestie. Oh yeah, she's like, Sylphiette, One-chan, yeah. Why, you Norn? She did say she didn't barely remember. Yeah, she did say she barely remembered Sylphiette, though. She has friends now. Yeah, I didn't do anything. Kinda, honestly. He just kinda confronted her about being Hikikomori, but he hasn't really helped her otherwise. Yeah, he didn't really, like, help her in the sense that, like, you know, gave her therapy or whatever. No, he didn't really, like, talk to her down on it. Shot on ass, nothing. But it's interesting, he keeps thinking about his own friend, right? His big brother that he had. That he then never talked to again, right? After the fight's on. Yeah, that he never could tank or listen to, so on. Yeah, tell her to talk to my brother, right? Exactly. He's never gonna want to go back home, no. But I was gonna say that. I wonder if he's ever gonna want to go back home now, talk to his brother. Yeah, he wanna attack his big brother's feelings. Yeah, he wanna attack his Onishan. But yeah, I doubt that Rudy will ever go back, right? But very much doubt that. But could see him. Yeah, it's like I will send down the Nanahoshi so you can talk to my brother. Yeah, it's like good. But that's interesting. The whole Hikikomori like reflectiveness. Talk about in the review part then. Talk about Hikikomori. Yeah, it will be like a sad episode. They did probably resolve it easier though, but I would say they absolutely, of course, resolved it far too easily. But I'm just gonna see the after the ending here, the Missati. Yeah, it's one I see the Missati special and impartial whatnot. I am surprised they didn't use Aisha, honestly though. Yeah, we see them in the ending here, right? Throwing a snowball and so on. Yeah, like I am surprised they didn't use the sister though. They're basically her twin sister talking to her. I mean, she was better he did it, but we didn't see him first talk to Aisha and ask her to maybe talk to her first on that. So it's just strange, honestly. Yeah, it probably would be easy for her to actually like get into the dorm and like, talk to her. Then if she had failed, he could have went into sneaking in there. Maybe in the light novel is more. Oh, Turning Point 3 is called this episode, so we know it's gonna go down, I guess. Yeah, turning point on people dies, right? Yeah, like the last turning point. Okay, it's gonna be dark for last week then. So let's talk about Hikikomori, right? So Hikikomori is, a shut-in, right? But it is a very interesting thing. So as I explained here for you guys now, as a behavior scientist, right? As a scientist more so than maybe an animal, right? But I mean, first of all, right, Hikikomori is so famous from Japan that we even use that word on English, in Swedish and so on. I mean, of course you have like reclusive shut-ins in other countries too, but it's a very clear Japanese primary issue, right? That is that word is so like used in every other country, basically, right? On Japan and so on. But the basic issue, right, is a person not going outside, right? This, of course, is the issue of Rudy and his flashback episode 1 and 2, and of course his sister in it as well, right? So that's quite interesting in a general sense. And from an anime standpoint, I think they made it quite good there, because I wouldn't say his sister was a Hikikomori yet, right? She was sad now when she got some stress or whatever, right? A stomach ulcer, she got some kind of stress disorder, given all the brother and he's awesome and everyone keeps bugging her about it. But she wasn't really a Hikikomori yet. But obviously Rudy is like, oh my gosh, she'll be turning into me. I have to go and save her. So for him, it's really emotional seeing her, right? Because he sees himself so much in it. So it really triggers something in him, right? Even more so than other people. Probably wouldn't be as worried about their sister if they were like starting to be Hikikomori. But in that sense, though, from a behavior standpoint now, so let's be I said adults here now. No anime. From a behavior standpoint, though, most of these behaviors are definitely fixed at earlier stages, right? Yeah, I would say so. I think Hikikomori and many other psychological issues people have are often very much easier to fix, right? Early, right? Same thing with like cancer or whatever. But seriously, right? If you see you have cancer early, you can treat it, right? If someone is starting to become a social exclusive, like Hikikomori, and you stop them from doing it immediately, it's much easier, right? When it's a routine, it's much harder. This goes for other social issues as well, and other psychological disorders as well, right? But so certainly, in a sense, Big Brother here was a very good Big Brother, because he immediately like pulls her out of the Hikikomori stance, basically, right? So I'm doing it for like a day or two, and he's like immediately like, no, not in my house, right? And that's honestly the best way to do it, I would say. Now, of course, his method might not be the best way to do it, but from a general standpoint, of course, any kind of mental issues is easier to fix immediately, right? These kind of especially now when it's more a behavior issue. Hikikomori is something you learn. It's not something you're born as, right? It's not like some kind of like a psychopath. You're born a psychopath. You can't change that. But Hikikomori is something you are. You know what I mean? Something you become, right? It's a nurture thing. It's a nature thing. If you compare on that thing. Now, why do people become Hikikomoris then? Well, I mean, generally, I would say it's depression, right? Mostly. I think it's really interesting because depression is only a rich man's disease, right? In a way, like no one is depressed living in on the savannah. Like, no, but it is. I'm not saying depression doesn't exist or whatever. I'm not saying that, but in a way, not really, because depression is only something you get because life is too easy, right? People get depressed because they can get stuff. Because think about this thing. One way we have depression is because you don't have actual issues in life. And I know that sounds really mean to say, but honestly, yes, kinda, because the thing is that, humans today, right, we have everything. We have the food, we have the safety, we have security, we have a house and all this stuff, right? Sure, we have to work and so on, but you don't have this life-threatening issue all the time. That's why, generally, you get depressed by minor things, right? Things that you wouldn't really get depressed by in the past, right? And if you're living in some, underdeveloped country today, then they're living in some tribe or something, people, they aren't really depressed, right? Because they have to survive instead. So it's like, yeah, if you have to survive from the lions, you don't have time to be depressed, right? Hikikomori, to me, to a large extent, is like super depression, right? It's like, life feels meaningless, you hate everything, and you just want to stay inside. And honestly, though, and I'm going to be harsh here, but the problem with Hikikomori is, right, and how easy it is to fix actually, is just because they can't actually survive like this, right? Hikikomori is an interesting issue, I think, because you can't actually literally survive like this. You have to go outside and, get a job, right? You have to go outside and get food somehow, right? But because they, of course, get handed food, right? By their parents usually, of course. So obviously the parents are to a large extent to blame here, right? The parents will still feed them. And honestly, you stop feeding them and they have to go outside. No, but seriously, it might sound harsh, but Hikikomori, I think, is honestly a genuinely very interesting psychological issue, right? For me as a behavior scientist, because you think about it, this is an issue where if you stop feeding them, stop giving them stuff, stop giving them power so you can play the games or whatever, they have to go. And I say as a gamer, right? Stop giving them the power for the electric. Like almost no one can survive as a Hikikomori by themselves, right? Of course, we have adult Hikikomoris that actually work, by the computer usually online, right? They work from home, and they can order food home and so on, and that's fine, But I think that is just a massive difference, though, between Hikikomoris to actually have like a work life or something, and the ones to just lay at home and do nothing, right? You know what I mean? And the thing is that 98% of them basically are the one doing nothing. they're not really productive, sitting. But you could be productive, right? You could be productive at your PC all day long, right? It could be, but most of them aren't. To be honest, they aren't. So it is a very interesting case where it's like, well, they wouldn't actually survive at all. So it comes from, if you're talking deep down behavior now, it comes from an enabling issue, right? I haven't looked at the stats in a while. I have not looked in the stats for Hikikomoris, but for example, and I stand by saying this, I would guess the most Hikikomoris, if they're male, will have a single mom, stuff like that, right? It comes from enabling, right? So it comes from the parents enabling them, almost always, right? And single mothers are vastly much more enabling than fathers are, and especially than a couple. So Hikikomoris are probably much more likely like single moms raising sons, more than daughters. Also, the reason why most Hikikomoris are men versus females. That's one reason why. Another reason why is because men, of course, are less outgoing, have less friends than females have, right? Easy for females to have friends and so on. So social, and men also have less of a desire for social, like just hanging out with friends or whatever. So females are also less likely, right, to be more, like stay at home and so on. So if for that, but I think again, compared to be an enabler, right? Don't enable your kids, man. Don't enable your kids. Tough love a little bit. This is like a tough love, but seriously, I think it is a very interesting mental issue because it's like, man, you have to create it by yourself, right? You have to create it by yourself. You can't just get to become a Hikikomori by living, because you can't be alive in a Hikikomori. Roughly standpoint, right? But you can't. You won't have food. You won't have shelter. You can't pay for anything unless you go outside. Someone has to enable you to have this life. And that's why it's an interesting issue, because it really comes from, like I said earlier, like maximize, first world problem, right? That's how it arises, right? You can't really become it otherwise. And someone has to keep enabling you, usually your parents, right? But in Japan, where it's a common case though, also the welfare state enables them. Yeah, in Japan you have adult Hikikomoris, they get like food and so on by the government, and they all gotta go outside. That's also kind of extreme. It's kind of extreme. Jesus Christ, man, that is very, very extreme. But it is an interesting case, right? And I think one thing I think people should know about human behavior is that humans are interesting because we can be depressed. Also, kind of expected more. We can be depressed of stuff that doesn't actually concern us, and it sounds kind of weird, but animals have depression. Okay, you can look at it like a orangutan or a baboon or whatever. They can be sad that like their child has died. Okay, so they can feel sad and so on. But you can never make like a baboon be sad reading a newspaper and say that a child died in another country. You know what I mean? Even if they could read to speak, they can't grasp the understanding of why should I care about someone I haven't seen in my my own life, or someone that's not in my own kin or whatever here next to me. Furthermore, as we see here in the animes, we as humans can be sad about fiction and stuff. Right? We can be sad that, of course, a character we like in fiction dies or whatever. Right? That's very, very unique for humans. And I know it sounds kind of silly, but it's a very, very human thing. We can actually be sad that a person that isn't actually real is sad. Right? Of course, from a philosophical stuff is interesting, because if I am sad that Norn is sad, my emotions are real. Does that make her real? That's the philosophy thing. But still, though, humans are very special compared to any other animal, because we can actually become sad by fictional characters, fictional books, movies, and animes. Right? Animals can't understand that and can't grasp that. But that also makes us human weak, though, against depression, right? Because we then can be sad about stuff that actually doesn't happen, right? Basically, what I mean is that you can be sad as a human because someone bullied you 30 years ago, and you still remember it, and that was mean. You remember that, and that's it makes you sad, right? An animal can't do that. An animal, a normal dog or cat or whatever, can't grasp that, right? They can't be sad something that happened 30 years ago in a sense. They don't have their mental capacity to make their body, turn weak, so to speak, right? So that's in that way, depression and just general like angst and whatever, like mental pain or whatever, it's very interesting in humans, I think, because we have this like weird way, like we're so intelligent basically compared to anything else, that we can hurt ourselves, and I mean it's pure like mentally, we can hurt ourselves, and that makes us, like Norn here, like a stomach ache, right, or so on. We have hard time sleeping, anxiety, and that stuff is so weird because from a survival standpoint, it makes zero sense, right? To be like, oh yeah, I'm like sad because something happened 30 years ago, or I'm sad because the character in anime is sad, or someone fictional character died, I'm really sad now. From an actual like behavior or human like biological standpoint, it makes zero sense, right? But it's probably, if you go really deep into it, why we do that is probably is because you should be sad when someone you know die, right? You should be sad if your family dies. And humans are very collaborative, so it probably comes from us being really, 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 really too smart for our own good, right? So we can feel sad that, like, oh, a kid died in another country. Well, that's part of my, like, group, to speak, in a general, global sense. And then we probably extract even into, like, fictional characters. But I think it's interesting. I talked to a professional about this a few weeks ago. Like, is emotion real then, right? Because we had a discussion, like, so he's a professor of like neuroscience. I said exactly about brain science. Okay, I want to expose him here, but basically, he's a professor of brain science stuff. He's been parenting on that stuff, but whatever. We talked about it because he's like, no, this is not real, whatever, and emotional real stuff. But I was like, yeah, but if I am sad about a fictional character, does that make that character real? Because my emotions are real in my brain, right? He was like, well, you can measure my brain now. I'm sad thinking about sad stuff in anime. Because he has this thing, you can measure people's, different limb bounds in your brain. Put the helmet on, we can measure my brain signals, right? You can see I'm getting sad now watching this anime. Does it make the character real then? So, from a philosopher standpoint, it's an interesting session, right? No, he doesn't care about he's more a medical professor. But it's interesting, It's like, yeah, it's interesting. But anyway, guys, that's Hikikomori. But I think the interesting thing about how humans are the only, like, species on Earth, at least. Maybe sure some aliens probably something, right? But we're so intelligent that we can hurt ourselves in a sense. Like, our mental problems are so strong that we're like, oh yeah, we're gonna, like, this is gonna be painful. And last time I said this thing here, but topic. One thing that I think is very, very interesting to know is that how to explain it? We as human have a tendency, right? Or actually, we as human, you might ask yourself, why do I remember my bad memories more than my good memories, right? That's a question I think a lot of people ask themselves. I think a lot of people get depressed because they have this notion that they only remember the bad stuff in them, like being bullied or whatever, but it's a very easy reason to explain. So the reason you only remember, or not only, but the reason you remember bad stuff happening to you more than good stuff is because when bad happens to you, that costs you more neurons. So basically, if someone suddenly bullies you out of nowhere at school when you were 11, say that costs you more brain waves, basically. Your brain has to cost more neurons in your brain, and that makes that memory is easy to remember, because it's a bigger, like, random thing happening, right? If someone is randomly nice to you, similar thing happens actually. But because people are mostly nice to you as general, you don't remember that much, right? That's why we remember bad memories more, because it actually costs us more to understand what's happening. The situation itself makes the brain create more neurons, and that's why we look back at our life. It's easy to remember, like, your first kiss, but also the times you got bullied or whatever, or bad happened to you, crime and so on, because those stuff has cost more of our brain to work, to the brain to understand situations and so on, and that we have those memories that more locked down, right? So it isn't that you have necessarily more bad happen to you, the good stuff. It's that it's actually hard to remember the good stuff, because you usually in a normal life, more good stuff happens to you than bad stuff, right? That is harder to remember the good stuff. Hope it made any sense. But that's also the reason why people get depressed, right? Because you have this, like, false notion that bad happens to me all the time. But it's harder to remember the good stuff. It's easy to remember the bad stuff. And that's how the brain works. But like I said, if you have a really terrible life then, and this is true, right? If you have a really terrible life, everyone hates you, terrible life, and suddenly someone is nice to you, and you never experienced that before, obviously then you're like, oh my god, that's easy to remember. Then that moment, right, is to remember. And that, for example, if you look at mating then, right, that's why, for example, a lot of men, right, go for the damaged goods, go for the girl, the lady with, a bad life and a bad parents and so on, right, because she's not used to being, complimented and so on, right. Easy to manipulate them, right, because you compliment a damaged good, she said, oh my god, that's not good. Yeah, suddenly it's easy to manipulate them, right? Very, very clear. So, for example, but anyway, that's a little bit on depression, okay? Oh no, Roxy! That could be the end of the video, guys. If we prescribe, I would have a great day. Oh, Master Roxy fell down.